Welcome to Quick Takes. Every time I go to a retro game shop, I'll run across certain games that seem to be common to every store. Since a lot of them are pretty cheap, I figured it wouldn't hurt to purchase a couple of them to see if they're anything you should consider next time you come across them. First up is Supercar Street Challenge, the cheapest of the three I have here. It should go without saying that this is a racing game, and one that has the standard racing game modes: championships, time trials, 2-player versus, and quick play. However, this title has an interesting twist. You could select from a number of sports cars to race with, or you could make your own custom car and compete with that. There's a bunch of different fronts and ends to mix and match, as well as rims, mirrors, spoilers, and wings to further stylize your vehicle. What I found to be cool was how you don't just pick a kind of front or end, you also pick how closely you want the part to resemble that style, which lets you blend styles together to create unique cars. You also get to choose your car's performance by assigning points to enhance either the top speed, acceleration, brakes, or handling. This can be tweaked whenever you want, which lets everyone make a car that they are comfortable behind the wheel of. And as you complete championships, you'll get more parts to mess around with, more points to further increase your car's performance, and more tracks. The tracks are somewhat varied, taking you to cities such as Los Angeles, Paris, and London, among others. You'll always be racing in a city environment, but the tracks are distinguished visually by notable landmarks, different kinds of roads and building styles, as well as differing weather conditions and times of day. They offer a range of difficulties, as some tracks have nice wide turns and long straightaways, while others can have really sharp turns and narrow paths, which lets the game provide a challenge to racers of all skill levels. There is lots of hidden shortcuts as well, which give you a bit of an edge against the other racers. Though some of the textures can be flat, the game often looks really nice, especially when it's showing off its weather effects and dynamic lighting. I was surprised by this, since you typically don't see this kind of lighting in PS2 games, especially in small titles like these from relatively unknown developers. All things considered, Supercar Street Challenge is a pleasant, straightforward racing game that lets you design and compete with your own custom car, whose only big issue is its excessive load times. If you're in the market for something like that, it's definitely worth it. Next, we have Trigger Man. In this game, you are the Trigger Man, a mob enforcer. When your mob family is accused of killing the son of a rival family, they determine that the best way to prove their innocence is to rob them and kill all of their employees and other family members. Hey, these guys don't like us because of something we didn't do. Let's respond by giving them a reason to hate us even more. This story is dumb. Let's move on. Trigger Man is a third-person shooter that has you run through linear levels while shooting whoever dares to cross paths with you. Your weapon selection is typical: handguns, submachine guns, shotguns, and rifles. You also have a throwing knife, which kills enemies in one hit and has this sweet tracking cam that follows the knife through the air and lets you control its trajectory. The enemy variety is pretty low, their AI is poor, and they can be bullet sponges unless you shoot them in the head. They don't even drop ammo on death, despite using these same weapons as you. Instead, if you want to restock on ammunition, you'll have to backtrack to a few less than strategically placed ammo crates that provide you with unlimited refills. Since ammo depletes quickly and you tend to not carry a lot of it with you, this can be annoying, especially in the beginning of the game when you don't have many guns. Health is replenished via single-use health packs that are placed throughout the levels, and these are more common than ammo crates since you'll run out of health much faster than you will ammo. There is no armor to help you last longer against enemies, and the cover mechanics are rudimentary. You can't lean from behind a wall to aim, so you're forced to step out into the open in order to eliminate enemies, which will expose you to a lot of shots and lead to your demise quickly. The stealth gameplay is also pretty bare. It pretty much consists of staying far away from enemies, because they can detect you easily and will quickly react upon seeing you. Since there's a knife for instant melee kills, as well as a meter to show how aware enemies are of you, it seems that stealth was an intended mechanic, but its implementation here is lacking depth. Most of the time, you won't be able to use stealth to your advantage. Trigger Man is a below-average shooter, and can be a very frustrating game because of how easy it is to die, and it has nothing special to offer most people. Don't feel bad for passing on this one, and let's continue. Reign of Fire is a 2002 film starring Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey where they lead a group of survivors who are trying to retake the Earth from a horde of dragons that have nearly driven humanity to extinction. For some reason, this got a video game. In Reign of Fire, the game, you take control of various vehicles as you complete missions that will help the humans in their fight for survival. The vehicles control fairly well, with 2 preset configurations that mostly let you change how you steer and aim. During the game, you'll be behind the wheel of a jeep equipped with machine guns and missiles, a tank with heavy firepower, a fire truck, and a buggy that isn't all that good at fighting, but is agile. Each of these will be used in escort missions, rescue missions, defensive endeavors, and assaults on the dragon's nests. Missions can be quite long, and there are no checkpoints and scant opportunities to restore your vehicle's health. As a result, death can be rage-inducing, since you might have to replay the past 20 minutes, and it can feel like there's nothing you could have done differently to prevent it from happening. The game doesn't even tell you that in addition to managing your health and ammunition, you have to watch out for your temperature, since if this gets too high, your vehicle will catch fire. To put yourself out, shoot water pipes or containers of water and douse yourself and your allies. Your only enemies in this game are dragons. They vary in size, whether they run on the ground or fly, and how powerful they are. They can require significant firepower to eliminate efficiently, and the game will automatically lead your shots for you to make aiming easier. These guys are tough, and their napalm breath can be devastating. The maps are also really big, and the abundance of browns and grays and the lack of foliage helps to sell the post-apocalyptic setting. After completing a few human missions, you'll be offered the chance to play as the dragons and wage war against those pesky humans and their technology. Unlike with the vehicles, there's only one kind of dragon you can control, and they also control well. You get special aerial maneuvers to help avoid enemy fire, though unlike with the humans, there's no way to separate aiming and steering, which can occasionally be a bother. As a dragon, your attacks are limited to charging up fireballs, spewing napalm, and grabbing vehicles. These attacks are quite powerful and represent the strength of these dragons well. The humans make use of all the vehicles we previously saw, as well as missile launchers, turrets, boats, and helicopters to try to shoot you down, and as a dragon, you are very resilient to their attacks. These missions aren't as frustrating as the human ones, since they're much shorter, you won't die as often, and they're mostly offensive missions. However, you may still find yourself getting frustrated at some of the objectives, such as when you have to pick up gas trucks and bomb the Tower of London. Trying to drop the truck accurately and with the correct timing is tricky. Sometimes it looks like it hits without the game registering it as such, and you have to hit the tower 3 times to finish the mission. Soaring through the skies as a dragon helps to show off the size of the maps, although on a few occasions, if I moved too fast, some parts of the level would not be loaded on time. Reign of Fire is decent. It has a lot of variety with the different vehicles, mission types, and the ability to play as the dragons, and it all looks nice and controls well. Though it can be very frustrating at times, I mostly enjoyed my time with it, and I don't regret playing it. If you can find it for less than $5, give it a go, but it's nothing to write home about. And for now, that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching. Let me know if there are other games you want me to take a look at, leave a like and a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and have a good day.